Hello guys, this is JP for Time Traveler's Guide. Um, I'm feeling a bit sick. Okay, no, I'm lying. I'm not really feeling sick. Just joking. I'm just sick of covering radiation or nuclear weapons. I've been covering a lot of things in terms of dates and what happened on dates. Well, today I'm not going to do that. Today I'm going to cover actual nuclear powers, the world's nuclear powers. I'm gonna get it out of my system so I can stop covering it or mentioning it every time it happens, because it seems to happen every day. Now I'm actually gonna go through all the world's nuclear powers one by one. I'm gonna start with number one and work my way down to number 10. Well, not number 10 actually, to be honest, but you'll understand what I mean by not actually number 10 once I get there. But we'll work down in terms of acquisition. In other words, when a nation developed or acquired nuclear weapons. So the first being the United States in 1945. I think it was 16 July 1945. The United States tested the first successful nuclear weapons test. In total, the United States did 1,054 nuclear tests. They have currently deployed 1,600 active warheads, a total of 6,450. They can launch these nuclear weapons from land, sea, or air. Okay, then number two, Russia. Russia did their first successful nuclear test on 29 August 1949, with a total of 715 tests. They have active 1,600 warheads and a total of 6,490, and they can also launch from land, sea, and air. Then number three, the UK, United Kingdom. They did their first test on 3rd of October 1953 with a total test of 45. They have 120 active warheads, nuclear warheads, and a total of 215. And then number four, France. The UK can also launch, they can just launch from sea. Then number four, France. They did their first test on the 13th of February 1960 with a total of 210 tests. Majority of them, I think, being in Algeria. Some in the Pacific as well. And then they've got a total number of warheads of 300, with also sea and air launch capabilities. Then, now moving on to number five, China. They did their first test on the 16th of October 1964 with a total of 45 tests. They've got a total number of warheads. This is estimated though. Please keep that in mind. This is China we're speaking about. They're not going to be very open about this, and I don't think actually any of these other countries. So this is all estimates and what the world thinks in terms of nuclear capabilities is the availability for those nations or capabilities. With a total of 280 warheads, they can also launch from land, sea, or air. Then number six, India. They did their first nuclear test on the 18th of May 1974 with a total of 6 tests. They've got a total of 140 warheads, and they can also presumably launch from land, sea, and air. Okay, then number seven, Pakistan. Pakistan did their first test on the 28th of May 1998 with a total of 6 tests as well. They've got a total warhead capacity or amount of 150 approximate warheads they can launch from land and air. Then North Korea, American favorites. They did their first test on the 9th of October 2006 with a total test count of 6, and they can launch from land and sea. They actually did the last test that was done on Earth. The last test that was done was by North Korea, and that was in 2017. Since then, no more tests happened, that we know of at least. Then also number 9, Israel. This is not, they didn't acknowledge that they actually did nuclear tests, but as far as we know, the estimate is that they did the nuclear test in 1979. Not sure of the exact date though. It's estimated that they have 80 warheads, nuclear warheads, but it could be as high as 400 if rumors are to be believed. And it's suspected that they had one test. And they can also apparently launch from land, sea, and air. Okay, and then as a I want to say an extra, we're actually only going to 9 because that's the only countries that's currently saying that they do have admitting that they do have nuclear weapons. But as a side fact, I can also mention that the Republic of South Africa had nuclear weapons. They had a total of 6, which they dismantled in the early 90s. They did one test allegedly. This is where Israel's alleged test comes in as well. It's alleged that they did this test together. I think it's the Vela event. I'm not sure, Vela event. That's I think it's in the South Indian Ocean, or I think so. I'm not sure, but I think it's the South Indian Ocean that this test occurred. And this is alleged that it was in 1979. And actually the South Africans is the only ones that dismantled their nuclear weapons without anyone forcing them to do so, which is quite remarkable and suspicious. Well, I wouldn't say suspicious, but it's out of the norm if you look at the rest of the world, and it's the only country that did so. Then the other countries that used to have nuclear weapons that don't anymore is Soviet republics, or ex-Soviet republics, that used to form part of the USSR. That is the Ukraine, Belarus, and Kazakhstan. But obviously this fell under Russia in the past, USSR. Ukraine actually had the 3rd largest nuclear arsenal in the world, if they still had them, but it was dismantled and it was moved back to Russia and so forth after 1989, which is quite interesting. And an interesting fact about nuclear weapons is, according to some experts, like I said, there's officially 9 countries at this stage that has nuclear weapons capabilities, and for humanity to be in big trouble, according to some experts, there should be 900 total, well, more than 900 total warheads or nuclear explosions for the world to be in big trouble. So they actually want to push for legislation that forces countries to have, these 9 countries to have, each of them separately having only 100 warheads, active warheads, which does make sense. I mean, it's not a rocket science. Well, to a degree it is, if you take into consideration ICBMs, which is intercontinental ballistic missiles, which could be used to launch nuclear missiles. So in fact it could be rocket science. But yeah, it's quite interesting. So the thing is that the total nuclear warheads in 1986 stood at 70,300 active warheads. 2018 that figure stood at 14,485. So in other words, we could destroy the world a few times over still. So it came down, but it's still so high that it's still insane. We can destroy this solar system, to be quite fair. Yeah, so we're way beyond being capable of destroying the Earth many times over. Let's just hope that humanity comes to its senses and we stop nuclear weapons at some point in the future. But I'm sure more horrific or equally horrific weapons will come forth. But we can all dream and hope, eh? So yeah, guys, next time I'll go back to my daily topics, where I cover daily topics from day to day, what happened in the past on that specific day. Yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful night all day, and I'll see you guys again. Thank you. Bye.